So far, you ready to go? Okay, start. Very good. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got my cockade, which I've done. It has 14 points. Thank you, Sarah. It has 14 points, and I've just pinned it on there, ready to go. Now, there's all sorts of things that we can do to it, but right now I'm just letting it sit here. And this time round, I'm using pretty much the same scale, and I'm using this pale grey ribbon. And what I've done is I've marked off the size of each spike, and I've put a pin here, here and here. Can everyone see that? So, and I've done 14 of these. So each time I have a pin, I've just done a pin on each end. That will be the middle, but I've done a pin on each end, and then when I was doing this, every time I got to the pin, I've got a double thread with a big fat ugly knot on the end, and I've got to pinch that, take the pin out, and just do a little catch of each of the ribbons. So it's just in a little bit from the tip, but nice and neat and even. So that's the second last one, and this, folding that back on itself. This is the last one, and this is the very last pin that I need to do. Actually, part of me wants to do that because I actually think that piece of ribbon end will tuck in and disappear more easily. So then that's my last one. Now my next job is to pull this gently until all of these little darlings stack up on each other. So don't be in too much of a hurry because you don't want to break your thread now, because that'll make you have to repeat everything. But you can see here that gives a really good even size. So they tend to want to get inside each other and do all sorts of naughty things. So just take your time and just get them so that they're all in the right order. Hopefully this will be the solution. No, still got a bit more to do. So just keeping that nice and firm here. That shut you up, and there's my knot to go back to the beginning. Now I'm going to hold that back on itself, and there should be a little bit of an end here. There we are. And now I'm just going to pull that in the other direction, and then I'm taking this and tying it in a knot. So it's nice and tight. Nice, fairly tight. Yeah. Because that's my centre. Look at that. It's like a daisy, a big fat daisy. So I'm going to do a reef knot, or it's actually a granny knot, but I'm doing about 3 goes of this. Now that's hot, isn't it? Is that on? Yeah, it's perfect to have you there.
No, it's not.
Should be.
Put this on there. Minimum.
Oh, turn her up. That's grand. Now, what we're going to do next is we're just going to pick up the threads here, cut that off. Now, I've got 14 of these, so I'm going to grab 2, 4, 6, 7 on each side, and then I'm just going to squash them down fairly flat. And thank you very much for getting the temperature right. Hopefully I can get a little pish of steam out of this. Beautiful. And then I'm just going to use my palm. I don't really want to iron it. I want it to be a soft but definite, like that. Okay. With ribbon, ideally it's better not to iron it unless you're curving it. That's probably the only time that you really want to iron it. But with this, if you just get some steam into it, and then press it down. That'll do the trick. Now,
Any more iron?
say it again.
Any more iron?
A little bit.
We're all looking at
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
table.
Oh, that'd be right, Kath. That's life is exciting when I'm
Health and
around
safety,
because you
you
never
know.
quite know what's safe and what's not. Actually, that is a very, very risk-averse activity. Okay, so now I've got my basic for my rosette. I've got the 7 spikes on this side, 7 spikes on this side. Very, very happy. Now, I'm putting my... Yeah, that's right. Now I'm going to pin, I'm going to flatten this down. I may need it later. Don't take it too far away. Sarah, leave the cord on top of the table. Love you very much. Okay, so that goes there like that. And this goes opposite way there like that. And then I'm just going to guess here the spacing. So I'm just going to keep I'm trying to keep it all in position here, and I've worked out roughly where the centre is. And just flat drop each one down. Thank you. Open it out. So with the 7, they seem to take up most of the width. Now you can make these longer. You can make them smaller if you like. And obviously the size of each of these little spiky things will be influenced by, might have to go back and revise that a little, but that's getting pretty close. The size of each of these will be dictated by the width of your ribbon. So if your ribbon's narrow and you're wanting something that's sort of like a daddy long leg spider, then you can have it long. If you want it more compact and small, then you can see that's a start. That's half of my spikies. So now I'm just going to keep on going around the other side, flop them down. It's good, isn't it? Now, I'm still experimenting because I was saying with Sarah, I haven't done one of these forever. And what I'm trying to do is work out what the most efficient way of hiding the ends of my ribbon. And I think the fold in might be the trick, because if I do that, then they disappear pretty nicely. And really you want them to look like they're a little bit infinity. There'll be no mistake in that for
As
a
they say,
decent pin.
Yep, and that's why we wear closed-toe shoes.
Yeah, that's another good reason. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, so you can see that's starting to come together. Now, can you plug my iron in and pass it over?
I've already got it on.
Thank you. So now, any repositioning you need to do to make sure that they're nice and evenly placed, you can do that. Oh, that's come together pretty well. That was guessing, by the way. I wasn't a genius. I was just lucky.
I think you should go with genius.
Nah, lucky. Lucky's good.
That's good.
Okay, I am lucky, and I think we all are to know each other now. Look at that.
We got the
Okay,
face
so
numbers
you
there.
can see that resembles that pretty well. Now, watch me do this. So we're just going to go pishity-pish with the iron. I can feel it going soft under my hand, and then I'm just going to wham my palm onto it. Voila. Thank you, Dinny. That was a very good thing to say. Now, see, that's got a bit squashed backwards. Who said what?
Get a shot of Sarah's face.
There we go. Oh, did you get a facial?
No, I didn't.
No. Good. Okay, so that's my little 14 spike thingamajig. Yeah. Now, if you wanted to, you could layer up a narrow ribbon, a little one, over a bigger ribbon. Now, you're all on Pinterest? Okay. Pinterest? Pinterest? Okay, I'm going to send you a link to some inspirational ones, but at the moment we've done the nautilus, the snail, we've done the little one that we squashed down with our thumb, and now we've got this one. Now, I was saying to Sarah, I didn't want to just do something that another teacher might be teaching elsewhere, because I don't want to be that person, but I think if you use your imagination and your skills, everything you do to this, like this is a very simple one, but if I had this longer, and let's say I had it so I wanted it to go over my little button hat, I could cut each of these loops, or I could actually just create a whole lot of loops, and I could actually do a little twist back the other way. And if I repeat everything that I do, if I repeat it, it then becomes a pattern. So if you go in and have another look, I might bring you another one to do next week, and we can build up a set of skills, and then you can experiment and work on your own. So how does that sound? Is that all right? Thank you. Okay, well done. Yeah, all good.